Hi, it's Sandra, and I thought I would show you some dipping powder that I've never tried before, and it's actually made by Color Club. And the reason I wanted to try it was, number one, because Color Club is actually made in the United States, and number two is because it was a lot cheaper than the Kira Sky, I believe it is, that you see all the nail techs using, and that they have a lot of commercials for. And because those kits, the starter kits, are like over $100. So I thought I would give this a try and see how Color Club's system is. Now, I just opened the box and I did do some practice nails. But to start off with, they do have the bottles all numbered, which is good. But the only thing is they don't have directions. And I find that kind of irritating because, especially with this, because it is done a little differently, which I found out online. You can absolutely Google this and find out how to use the system. But there should be directions to this. But there aren't. They don't supply you with any. So right there is, to me, is one check mark that's bad. But it was $29 for the starter kit, which gave you the polishes that you needed, or the formulas that you needed, plus one dipping powder. So that was $29.99. And then the other dipping powders I ended up getting for half price. They were on sale, so I took advantage of their sale. So anyway, that's what this looks like. Their starter kit looks like. Now the other thing is that just be aware that this is not acrylic. So these are non-acrylic dip powders. So I do not know how long they'll last. It said in their ad that they'll last 21 days. They probably will. I did do a couple nails, and I'll show you that. And I used the orange. And here's the orange right here. And you can see this is my first one. Let me zoom in a little bit on this. And the right one is my second one. So I did better on the right one. It's not as globby. And it is really the same process, only you're going, with these dip colors, you have to do the process, I think it's 7 or 8 steps. So there's more steps to it. But if you don't like acrylic and you don't like the smell, this is definitely a different way to go and still have the dip powder. So let's do a different color. Let's do the green. Kind of looks cool. So let's do the green. And by the way, the orange was called Tropical State of Mind, in case you're interested in that. Let's get this out of the way so you can see Tropical State of Mind. And the green one is Trees Please. So let's look at how this one's gonna go. And I'll show you the process. All right, so these dip powders are extremely fine. I have that one that's from Sally Beauty, and I don't think it's this fine, but maybe the rest of them are. But this one seems really fine to me, and that could be normal because I don't have very many dip powders. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do from the video is, it says you're going to use the bond. So the prime bond is the first step you're going to do, which is normal in the other processes that I've used other dip powders with. So I'm just going to put this on. Get this on all over the nail. And then I'm going to dip it into the powder. And by the way, this, with working with this, it seems like dipping it is better than trying to scoop it on there. I don't know what I got on here, but something. Okay, so there's one dip. I don't know if this will come off. We'll file that. And then we'll do it again. Remember, I'm using the bonder. Put this on again. Dip it again. Okay, that's the second dip. And I'm going to actually have to use this brush cleaner on here. They do give you a brush cleaner with this. Set this down. I'm going to pour this in a little bit in here. Okay. And use the brush cleaner on this so that I don't get this powder in there. Goop up the liquids. Okay. All right, so we've put 2 coats of that. I think that's more than enough. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the activator on. So that's number 2. Let me seal this up. So this kit with the 1 polish and the starter polishes or liquids or activators, whatever you want to call it, was $29. Okay, so there's the activator. So far we're doing it just like we would any other dip system. Okay, now this says it's got to dry for 1 minute. So let's let that dry for a couple minutes, and then their next step is going to be filing. So I want to show you so you can see these. These are the actual products that you get. 1, 2, 3, 4. No instructions, but they're definitely numbered. So you get the prime bond, you got the instant activator, the finish gloss, and the brush cleaner. So you got that plus this was $29. All right. So let's that dry for 1 minute. And then, like all the other systems, you're just going to file it to the way you want it. And hopefully, we'll see if this gets rid of the bumps in there. I didn't have that problem with the first one. So it's obviously the way that I'm dipping it that it bumped up a little. All right, so let's file this. Almost looks like bubbles. Okay. Now at this point they tell you to wash your hands with soap and water. And of course I'm not going to do that because I have this fake nail here. But we'll give it a brush here. Okay, and then now we're going to use the activator again. And here's the number 2 is the instant activator. Now it says that you need to wipe the nail with a dry cloth. So we're going to wipe it. And then we're going to use the bonding cloths again. So we're going to go back to number 1. Number 1. Put the bonding gloss on. And we're going to wait 15 seconds. And then we put the bonding gloss on one more time. And in mine, it's not called bonding gloss, it's called prime. It's called prime bond. So we'll do this one more time. And we'll let that dry for 15 seconds. And then with this particular kit that I got, it gives you a finish gloss. So when this, I'm going to give this 15 seconds to dry, and then I'm going to put the finish gloss on it. All right, so let's put the finish gloss on it, see what it looks like. Okay, so there you go. That is the Color Club dip powders. And I do think they turn out nice. I don't like the bubbles. I don't know what I did wrong to do that because I didn't do it in this one. But I think they turn out really nice. Now, I don't know how long, obviously, they're going to last. They are a few extra steps. And but if you really like dip powders, and I think that if I would absolutely use these. I think that $29 investment is a little bit more, just, you know, to me, the I'll pay the $29, but going up to 100 and something on one product, especially if you haven't tried it before, is kind of, it's just out of my price range. So I would recommend these. Just know that there's extra steps. These are not acrylic nails, and there are no instructions. So it's definitely something that you have to look online. And I do think that the colors that I got, I think the green was really pretty, and I think the orange was pretty, and the purple, and so the pink is I Believe in Amour, the purple is Go with the Flow, and the green was, like I said, Trees Please. So I think it's a nice system. I think it's worth the $29. Just make sure that you go online and find the steps, so that way you don't do it incorrectly and waste your time. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and thanks for watching.